Key elements to creating a rich learning environment. Roscommon County Childcare Committee, in collaboration with Longford County Childcare Committee and the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, are delighted to bring you this podcast, where we will now talk about how can we connect to children, how can we connect our topics of interest, and how do we excite and intrigue the child through our environments and something that is happening today for the child.
Creating a rich learning environment is truly about connecting with the passions and the interests of the children and the teachers in the classroom. I think so many people think it's about what wonderful materials can I buy from this catalog or this beautiful new space I can move my program into. If the children are not connected to the topics of learning, to what's exciting them, the engagement is going to be much lower. So how do we get to know each child to get a sense of their interests, what excites them, and build learning environments that reflect the children's interests and passions? And then connect to what the teachers are excited about, what their interests are, to bring the children's interests to life. And the more we can find ways to do that, the more vibrant you're going to feel coming into that classroom. You're going to know what those children are excited about, what they're learning about. No matter what the topic, whether it's firefighters or dinosaurs, you're going to be able to teach all of the core competencies. But aligning it when children get fired up and excited is when their brains really start lighting up and the learning starts happening.
So how would you introduce those kind of elements then into the early years setting?
I think it's really important for teachers to just start trying it as educators. That if I know maybe I'm having trouble with a certain group of children, there's less engagement, the classroom environment doesn't feel exactly right, switch things up to something the children are talking about, whether it's a big soccer match or the plants are starting to bloom or something that's happening in their world. When you bring those elements in, children's behavior shifts, attitudes shift, interest increases, and teachers come alive because you're thinking about what's going to excite these children. What will I read to them today? What will we sing? What will we have in our interest areas that reflects that? The whole energy of the classroom environment changes, grows, and learning follows. So it's really important to have that deep connection to the passion and the interest every day.
And do you think we can easily transfer these into the outdoor environment?
Absolutely. I think so much of our time outdoors, I mean, it's important that children are running and playing and doing their gross motor work, but the engagement of the teachers in the learning, what could they be building? What could be happening? When we ask young adults and even older adults, what are their primary early childhood memories? Everyone goes to building that fort, climbing the tree, playing in the sand, very sensory outdoor experiences. But we've gotten to less and less and less outdoor experiences. How do we bring that learning, whatever maybe that topic area is, or whatever that interest area is, how are we bringing it outside? How are we using new materials outside? How are we creating environments outside where children can be doing music and the arts and literacy, all happening out there? Creates a very different element of learning for children.
And what are the benefits of an enhanced environment for both the child and the practitioner?
To me, the number one benefit really is engagement. When things are humming, when things feel right for children and teachers, what's happening in the interactions in the classroom, what's happening with behavior challenges, all shifts. Children feel respected, they feel excited, they feel passionate. And when the teachers respond in those same ways, we see a very different learning. And the commitment to that learning, to continuing, to developing it when we're observing, what did the children say today? What really excited them? Whether they took a piece of fabric out in the wind and it was blowing and they had all this excitement about it, what am I doing tomorrow? Oh, I could bring in a hairdryer and some ping pong balls. I could have a fan. That when teachers start getting sparked up, children will get sparked up. And as leaders, I think it's really important to notice when that's shifted. When we get to sort of complacency, when we get to a stale environment, nobody's learning, and often the behavioral challenges go way up. So we need to be aware of that, whether it's seasonally, whether it's different times of the school year, that we're paying attention to really the sort of culture and climate of the environment, as well as the learning of the environment, because they interrelate all of the time.